On November 8, 2025, central Iowa's Highway 69 was shrouded in darkness and silence, the kind of silence that settles over the countryside after sunset, when the world seems to pause and breathe. The only sounds were the distant hum of engines and the soft rustle of wind through the bare trees. The air was tinged with the scent of harvested cornfields, a familiar aroma in this part of Iowa, lingering long after the last combine had left the fields. A gentle mist clung to the ground, blurring the edges of the landscape and adding to the sense of isolation. Most traffic had faded, leaving the road to a handful of late travelers, truckers, shift workers, and families returning home, each trusting the painted lines and the unspoken rules that keep us safe. The highway stretched ahead, a ribbon of asphalt threading through the darkness. But beneath this calm, a threat was moving, born not from malice, but from a reckless decision made miles away. It was a danger that crept quietly, hidden by the night, unnoticed by those who believed they were safe. Someone had chosen to drive under the influence, setting in motion a chain of events that would soon shatter the night's peace. The decision, made in a moment, would have consequences that rippled far beyond the driver's own life. The expectation was simple. Everyone stays on their side of the road. It's a silent agreement, a contract between strangers that allows us to travel these lonely highways with confidence. But that trust was about to be betrayed. In an instant, the illusion of safety would be shattered by a pair of headlights appearing where they should not be. The darkness concealed dangers, especially for a driver whose judgment was impaired. Every curve, every shadow, became a potential hazard, magnified by slowed reflexes and clouded thinking. The long, empty stretches can lull anyone into complacency, but for one driver, it would become a deadly trap. The monotony of the road, the hypnotic rhythm of passing lane lines, all conspired to mask the danger until it was too late. Each mile brought the vehicle closer to innocent people, completely unaware of the danger hurtling toward them. Families, friends, and strangers, all sharing the same stretch of road, all vulnerable to a single reckless act. The quiet Iowa night was holding its breath, waiting for the moment when everything would change. In the stillness, fate was quietly aligning, drawing two paths together. In a flash, routine would give way to chaos. The peace of the night would be shattered, leaving only the echo of what was lost and the questions that would linger long after the sirens faded. A Story County Sheriff's deputy patrolled Highway 69, eyes alert for anything out of place. Suddenly, headlights appeared in his lane, coming straight at him. The vehicle was traveling southbound in the northbound lanes, weaving dangerously. This wasn't a simple mistake. It was a sustained, perilous act. The deputy swerved to avoid a collision, then spun his car around, lights flashing, siren blaring. He was now in pursuit, not to apprehend a criminal, but to stop a disaster. His goal: intercept the vehicle, warn other drivers, and prevent a head-on collision. Every second increased the risk. The deputy accelerated, hoping the lights and siren would snap the driver to their senses. But the car continued, oblivious, down the wrong side of the highway. The deputy was now in a desperate race against time. The dashcam footage captured the tension, every frame a testament to the urgency of the moment. The night was thick with anticipation, the hum of the engine and the crackle of the radio underscoring the gravity of what was unfolding. For 13 harrowing seconds, the deputy chased the wrong-way driver, heart pounding, adrenaline surging. Each second felt stretched, as if time itself was holding its breath, waiting to see what would happen next. Sirens screamed, lights flashed, and the world outside the windshield blurred into streaks of red and blue. But the suspect's car stayed in the northbound lane, undeterred by the chaos behind it, as if oblivious to the danger it posed. Up ahead, the headlights of oncoming traffic grew closer. A sedan, its driver completely unaware of the nightmare barreling toward them. The darkness of the highway hid the true peril until it was almost too late. The deputy's desperate warnings went unheeded. The raceway driver showed no sign of slowing, no hint of correcting course. The gap between disaster and safety narrowed with every passing heartbeat. Impairment seemed certain, judgment gone, senses dulled, a multi-ton weapon barreling forward with reckless abandon. The driver's actions were unpredictable, making the situation even more volatile. The distance between the two cars closed rapidly, the space shrinking with terrifying speed. Every second brought them closer to a collision that seemed unavoidable. The deputy, powerless to stop what was coming, could only watch as the 2 points of light merged in the darkness. Helplessness settled in, a heavy weight pressing down as fate took control. The sedan's driver had only a split second to react, if that. Shock and confusion flashed across their face, the realization of danger coming too late to make a difference. There was no time to swerve, no time to brace. The moment of impact was inevitable, a split second that would change lives forever. The chase to prevent disaster had failed. The deputy's efforts, though valiant, could not alter the course of events set in motion by one reckless decision. Now it was a race to the aftermath, a desperate rush to provide aid, to assess the damage, to pick up the pieces left behind by tragedy. The dashcam's unblinking eye bore witness to the inevitable, recording every second for those who would later try to understand how it all happened. In seconds, everything would change. The quiet of the night would be shattered, and the consequences of that fateful chase would echo long after the lights faded. The impact was sudden and violent, captured in horrifying detail by the dashcam. The wrong-way vehicle slammed head-on into the sedan, both cars crumpling instantly. The sound of shattering glass and twisting metal echoed across the night, but the chaos didn't end there. The suspect's car spun into the path of a pickup truck behind the sedan, causing a second collision. The truck, unable to stop, was pushed into the wrecked sedan, compounding the destruction. In seconds, a peaceful highway became a tangled mess of 3 wrecked vehicles. Debris flew in all directions, headlights and emergency lights illuminating the devastation. The highway was now an impassable junkyard. Smoke and steam billowed from crushed engines as silence returned, broken only by the deputy's urgent calls for help. The deputy's focus shifted from prevention to rescue. The highway was transformed into a battlefield, debris, shattered glass, and twisted metal everywhere. Personal belongings lay scattered among the wreckage, silent witnesses to lives interrupted. The suspect's car and the sedan were mangled beyond recognition. The pickup truck bore deep scars. Doors were jammed, windows blown out, the air thick with the smell of airbags and leaking fluids. For first responders, the destruction was overwhelming, a scene where survival seemed impossible. The deputy, body camera rolling, navigated the debris, assessing the situation and preparing to render aid. The flashing lights now served as a beacon for other emergency services. The initial moments were filled with uncertainty. Were the occupants conscious, trapped, severely injured? The quiet Iowa highway had become a place of urgent, life-or-death importance. The night was far from over. The deputy sprang into action, running toward the wreckage without hesitation. The night was thick with the smell of burning rubber and the distant wail of sirens, but he didn't pause for a second. Every instinct told him that seconds mattered, and lives hung in the balance. His training took over. Calm, methodical, focused. Years of preparation and countless drills had led to this moment, and now, under the harsh glare of headlights and flashing emergency lights, he moved with purpose. He checked the suspect first. Conscious, disoriented, likely impaired. The man's words were slurred, his eyes unfocused, but the deputy made sure he was breathing and not in immediate danger before moving on. Then he rushed to the sedan, fearing the worst, and to the pickup truck, checking for signs of life. Each vehicle told its own story of impact and chaos, and he had to read them quickly. His voice was steady, a reassuring presence amid chaos. He spoke softly to the victims, letting them know they weren't alone, that help was here, and that he would not leave their side. He relayed vital information to dispatch, called for ambulances, and described the scene. Every detail mattered: number of injured, possible hazards, and the urgency of the situation. He reassured victims that help was on the way, checked for fire or leaking fuel, and secured the area. His eyes scanned for new dangers, always alert, always vigilant. In those first minutes he was law enforcement, medic and comforter. He bandaged wounds, offered words of hope, and kept everyone as calm as possible until more help arrived. He treated everyone, victims and the suspect, with professionalism and care. No judgment, just compassion, and a commitment to saving lives, no matter who needed help. His quick actions prevented further harm and ensured help arrived fast. He coordinated with arriving paramedics, guiding them to the most critical patients first. This is the unseen side of law enforcement, preserving life, not just enforcing laws. In moments like these, the badge means protection, service, and sacrifice. In the face of horror, he focused on duty, not blame. He set aside questions of fault, concentrating only on what he could do to help. His bravery turned a scene of destruction into one of rescue. In the darkest moments, his actions brought hope, proving that courage and compassion can shine through even the most tragic nights. As paramedics arrived, everyone braced for the worst. The mangled vehicles suggested tragedy, but the news defied belief. One by one, each person was evaluated, and all had survived without major injuries. The Story County Sheriff's Office later confirmed, no life-threatening harm. It was a miracle, a testament to modern vehicle safety. Crumple zones, airbags, reinforced cages, seatbelts. The cars were destroyed, but they had protected their occupants. Relief swept over first responders and families alike. A night that could have ended in multiple fatalities instead ended with everyone alive. Amid the chaos, there was a powerful story of survival. It was a moment of grace in the middle of disaster. With the victim safe, the deputy turned to the driver who caused it all. The investigation was swift. The cause was clear: driving under the influence. The driver was arrested and charged with operating while intoxicated, driving on the wrong side, and failing to yield to emergency vehicles. These charges reflect the danger and chaos inflicted on innocent people. The legal process will hold the driver accountable, but the consequences go beyond the courtroom. The potential for tragedy was enormous. Lives were risked in an instant. The legal system sends a message: impaired driving will not be tolerated. This incident is a stark example of the real-world consequences of drunk driving. The driver must now live with the memory of what happened, and what could have been. The aftermath is a permanent reminder of a terrible mistake. This shocking event is a powerful reminder. It was 100% preventable. It wasn't bad luck, it was a choice to drive impaired. Our actions behind the wheel have consequences for everyone on the road. The dashcam footage brings the danger of impaired driving into stark reality. A normal night can become a nightmare in seconds. The hope here is twofold: the miracle of survival, and the lesson we must learn. We have the power to prevent tragedies like this, by never driving impaired, and by intervening when others might. Road safety is a shared responsibility. Let the image of the mangled cars be a permanent reminder of the stakes. Let the deputy's actions inspire us to look out for one another. Every time we drive, we hold lives in our hands. Let's choose to be responsible, sober, and attentive, so everyone gets home safely.